So I think this conversation is a whole lot more interesting if Tucker is signed and Bo is not returned, right? That's where this conversation gets fun because if they sign Bo Bichette, the reality is like I don't think that outfield is a position of priority. I think this is one of those opportunities where if you have the chance to significantly upgrade that spot with Kyle Tucker, you shoot for the moon on that. If not, there is so much depth in terms of especially left-handed hitting outfielders between the 40 man and the high minors. I think that this is a luxury item. And like I said, if you can get to the top of that free agent class and upgrade to that significant of a degree, you do it. But this conversation gets very, very interesting if Bo Bichette is not coming back and Kyle Tucker is brought in because then you have to start looking at replacement options. And obviously, I've spoken about before, the number one option for me without question, especially since the Jays do seem to really like the guys who have solid metrics in terms of walk rate, K rate, whiff rate, and chase rate, right? Those are categories that they look for. They don't so much care about in terms of batted ball profile, the launch angles, they're not so much worried about, but those core four categories, they like to see guys who excel. Ketel Marte fits into that class. Brendan Donovan fits into that class. Jeff McNeil, to a degree, fits into that class. There's a lot of guys who fit into that classification of player that I think would fit in very, very well. If you can get somebody who's also a switch hitter, that's obviously key. Ketel Marte would be the top guy because he's just the best second baseman in the sport, right? Unless you can go get Jose Ramirez and put him at 2 or something. They also want guys that are functionally capable defensively. But that would be my list.